Shalom to the elect, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the almighty power, the most high, the ancient of days, meaning he is or he exists. Bahashem is in the name, Yahweh Shai is the name, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, who in the world is going to be called Jesus Christ, Yeshua. True name is Yahweh Shai, which means he delivered Bashem, Rakakadash, name of Spirit Holy. Double lines to elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Well, peace and citation to the elect. You have it here. I'm the brother Mapa of Great Millstone, Plaintables, Camp of Philadelphia. Today being January the 20th, 2025, hopeful year of our deliverance and judgment. And destruction to Esau, Edom. You have President Donald Trump. He was inaugurated, left-hand side ritual, into office, and he's now back again as your 47th president, your commander-in-chief, emperor. All right, because that's what an emperor is. He's your commander. Okay, so this is Rome all over again. You have it. He was quick signing executive orders. Okay, executive orders in Washington D.C. Monday evening, rolling back laws put in place by his predecessors like Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden. So we're gonna get just a definition of executive orders coming from that executive branch, being what Trump is heading. You have here, off this site, Federal Register, which have executive orders. Okay, the President of the United States manages the operation of the executive branch of government through executive orders. After the President signs an executive order, the White House sends it to the Office of the Federal Register. The Office of the Federal Register numbers each order consecutively as part of a series and publish it in the Daily Federal Register shortly after receipt. For a table of executive orders that are specific to federal agency rulemaking, you can see the ACUS website. Okay. So, you can check this out if you want. It's going to be updated, I assume. We're just going to play some of the Seer Fair Use Warning. I don't want any switch for educational purposes only.
Of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration. sir. Sir, can I have a pen? The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately.
Pandemic, a lot of people stay home. And it's been continuing to stay home federally. And within a lot of different governments, you know, people have been doing that too. Just talk about it in Philadelphia too.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly. Thank you, sir. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
This is reversing a lot of things.
Yes, sir. We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty. And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted to the United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty.
Yeah, he's just signing and signing and signing, man. So we see what's going on. You have it here. Large-scale deportations, to begin Tuesday with Chicago raid. Just one day after. Now he's President Donald Trump, 47, but he was president-elect prior. All right. Is inaugurated for the second time. The new administration will kick off large-scale deportation, start with a massive raid in Chicago. The Wall Street Journal reports citing 4 anonymous individuals familiar with the planning. The raid is expected to begin Tuesday morning. Will involve 100 to 200 officers from the ICE, that'd be, or U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and is of course being reported in the Wall Street Journal. So the migrants, which is it's a code name for animals, have ample warning to relocate. They're gonna go back home. As the journal notes, what they read, the Wall Street Journal, it says migrants reading the Wall Street Journal. It says, as the journal notes further, the Trump administration will target illegal immigrants with criminal backgrounds first. Many of them had offenses too minor for Biden administration to pursue. However, if any illegals are present during the raid or an arrest, regardless of criminal history, they will be taken and deported as well. First of all, if you're in the country illegally, that's a crime in itself. So, you know, wow. The transition team has been contemplating cities to target in a day one operation as the way of making an example of these so-called sanctuary cities that adopt policies limiting cooperation with the federal immigration authorities. Yeah, you have it where within these, you got sanctuary states too. Where basically it's, they're it's not enforced for really like federal like level immigration agencies to basically be able to get these individuals, these migrants as they would say, right? But as Trump is promising, hey, he's coming through, he coming through. So, and this is gonna hit a lot of Israelites. Sanctuary city, a city whose municipality laws tend to protect, so that's within the city, right, undocumented immigrants from deportation or prosecution despite the federal immigration law. Right, there you go. Okay, but they going and attacking things at a federal level again. So we're gonna see what's gonna pop through. Okay, which this is gonna bring a lot of trouble to Jake. Okay, because a lot of Latin tribes and a lot of even of the Southern Kingdom, Levi, West Indians, Haitians have entered, through these borders, and have been here, and their status ain't straight. So they are gonna be targeted. Okay. And they're moving fast. Leave this as a link. This is Revelation chapter 12. And 12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil and that accuser is come down unto you," which is Esau, Edom. He's accusing many of y'all of being beasts, eating cats and dogs and terrorizing, being criminals and terrorizing this country. It says the devil is come unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Yeah, spending all the we're losing money. We're funding to keep these migrants with taxpaying dollars. They're coming to attack Jake, okay? Harsh and categorizing them, okay? And they're going to use this bureaucracy to do it, in these laws. And yeah. So you have guys like Tom Homan, which they got him. He was his position. He's a former Polish immigration official. Okay, he had got a position in the Trump administration to deal with this immigration issue, with these raids. But it says Trump officials, well, this is as of 2 days ago, it says haven't decided on post-inauguration Chicago raids. Then you got on the New York Times, it says that, or New York Post, pardon me, is that exclusive why ICE halted its big deportation raids scheduled after Trump inauguration. So, even if they don't do it immediately, that doesn't mean that they're not gonna do it. Okay. It says we're going to start right here in Chicago. He said holiday party on Chicago North Side, and Chicago mayor doesn't want to help. He can step aside, but if he impedes us, if he knowingly harbors or conceals illegal alien, I will prosecute him. Okay? Sanctuary cities in crosshair. In addition to Chicago, large immigrant cities such as New York, Los Angeles, Denver, and Miami are looking for raids of their own. To carry out these actions, the Trump administration has weighed in a broad mix of changes that would give sheriffs more power and reward jurisdictions that cooperate. You got the whole separation between church and state, so that's where this is with this sanctuary city stuff. It says, while financially punishing those who don't. Okay. Holman has already threatened to throw mayor of Denver in jail. That's Denver, Colorado, right? Or Denver in general. Los Angeles County Sheriff Department has already said they wouldn't help, saying in a statement that local officials banned cooperation with ICE in 2020. And with that, we are here to protect communities we serve, not to enforce immigration laws. So you have that separation. And because of that separation, this place is bound to fall. Okay? But a sword is furbish. Now, I did a lesson earlier, and the audio wasn't good, so, we have to work to get the audio right with this one, obviously. So, I brought out Ezekiel, the 21st chapter. It talked about that sword, which is Esau, Edom. Ezekiel 21:8 says again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened. Say a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. It is also sharpened to make a sword slaughter. So, hey, when Esau come down, man, like I said, it's coming with a sword slaughter. Okay? Sword. You have Tabach, which Tabach, I think Tabach actually go back to cook. Like if you look up the cook, it might be Tabach. But it says that to be ruthless, to kill ruthless. Okay? Cook. See? Tabach. Executioner. Guardsman. Bodyguard. Okay? And these bodyguards are going to make this, as they say, sword slaughter. They executioners. Alright? Executioner slaughterers. Okay? Tabach. Alright? And this is showing you advanced ways with understanding Hebrew and being able to get more out of the blue letter. Slaughter. Alright? tabach. So it's just tabach for both of it. Slaughter. Okay, that's furbish. Marat. Okay, it's polished. Yeah, it's making sure that it's going to be ready to do and perform that which it's supposed to do. Bringing that hell on you Israelites, okay? It's in this country illegally. That's what they're coming to attack with their draconian laws. Okay? To give into the hand of the slayer, which is Esau, it says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, and it shall be upon all the princes of Israel, the top leaders, right? Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people, smite therefore upon thy thigh. So, hey, there's destruction coming, all right? And like I say, they got them in the crosshairs. So, we'll see how this is going to be executed. You know, they being maybe discreet. We're going to see what's going to go now. Esau is the sword. Psalms tell you in the 17th chapter. This is Psalms chapter 17 and 10. You can start a bit above. Yeah, I started here at 8. It says, keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. And hey, you know, they have the rulership, so you know they're enclosed in the efficiency, the wealth, which they're going to use that, you know, with these different agencies to be able to execute this, you know, these executive orders, in orders to, you know, they got a declaration of a national emergency with the border, and send, you know, he said he's going to send a pretty significant amount of troops to the border, southern border. How many troops is Donald Trump sending to southern border? You said it here. Trump to deploy troops to border, reinstate Sharat service members. Yeah, those that got kicked out. So it's 5,000. You know, 5 representing power. Okay. After being sworn in Monday, this is 6:11 p.m., Donald Trump said he would declare a national emergency at the southern border, allowing the Defense Department to deploy active duty military troops and members of the National Guard to the region. An administration plans to end a policy known as catch and release, which allows immigrants to enter the United States after being processed at the border, and while waiting immigration hearings in court, bring them back and remain in Mexico policy, which was implemented during the previous Trump administration, requiring asylum seekers to wait in Mexico instead of the U.S. for their immigration hearings, and designate the cartels as foreign T organizations. And all illegal entry will be immediately halted. It will begin the process. I will begin the process to return millions and millions of criminal aliens back to places from where they came, said Trump. We will reinstate my remain in Mexico policy, and I will end the practice of catch release, and I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. All right. Back in 2018, Trump deployed National Guard to stop the flow of deadly drugs and other contraband and gang members and other criminals and illegal immigrants in the country. And then later that year, the Defense Department authorized over 5,000 active duty troops to support the Department of Homeland Security and National Guard members who were already present at that border. All right. But, hey, you know how many people have entered this country, you know, since? It's bad. I'm going to leave that link up, though. And a lot of them are coming just for straight judgment, or came here for judgment. It says here, they have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. And they ready to get these Jake, you know, Israelite foreigners, you know, hey, they're gonna come for him, okay? 'Cause you got Jake from Senegal, you know, and all these different African countries, and you know, from all, even over there in the Middle East, they have came over here, you know, seeking a better life, and hey, you have executive orders passed, okay? You know, which is gonna move these prophecies. You know, Lord will bring in Jacob trouble, man. Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree, which is order, unrighteous decrees, and write grievously, which they have described, they pre-wrote. Okay, so destruction onto them, to turn aside the needy, which is the Israelite, from judgment, and to take away the right of the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, I brought out Isaiah 10:5. O Assyrian, which is Esau, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation. Okay, so obviously the staff being Matah, which goes into their basically they're going into their authority, okay, because they been, as I say, the earth has been given unto the hand of the wicked, so they have the authority and ability to execute the Lord's anger. Simple as that. You know, you could go into even Romans the 13th chapter. Okay. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So, you know, these powers, being Esau, Edom, is set, okay? And you are under their rule right now, because we are not sovereign, okay? So it's whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the power, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Okay? And as it goes on, I'm going to skip to verse 14, or verse 4. Romans 13:4 says, for he is the minister of God to thee for good, but if thou do that, if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he bear not the sword in vain. All right, and he gonna show you. Okay, he's not playing, for he's the minister of the power. He's a servant, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Okay, and Jake have all went outside of the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. So, you know, it's our sin that separate us from the Most High. So, if you ain't of the elect, You know, you got destruction coming for you, you know. So that's pretty much the lesson to the spirit. Shalom to the elect. You know, it's a lot to look out for. Shalom.